Hi, it's Rich Tehrani with TMC here. We're in San Jose this week, interviewing a number of companies in the Silicon Valley area. On our program is Joel Brand. He's a VP of Marketing at Contextream. Joel, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's your first time here with this new company.
That's correct, Contextream.
So since it's your first video with this new company, I figure we'll start at the very beginning, and you can tell us a little bit about Contextream and what you do.
Sure. Contextream is a venture-funded company, about 5 years old. Originally funded by a set of Tier 1 VCs. Norwest led the first round. Second round was led by Comcast Ventures, and Verizon Ventures contributed to the round. So you can see where we're focused, right? We are a software-defined networking company focusing on network virtualizations for the telco customers, which is unique. It's a software-defined networking is a whole industry that right now is growing, but that entire industry is focusing only on the data center market and making some interesting changes in the data center. But we feel that these changes are equally important, if not more, in the telco business of the MSOs, the wireless carriers. And these carriers, right, they have a network that is following standardization that is about 100 years old, right? 3GPP and all kind of good things like that, and big iron boxes that are meeting NEBS compliancy. We think that all this is about to change, and we think that the network of carriers is going to resemble a Google-like data center. There's no reason why you couldn't run the network of a carrier out of a data center, leveraging technologies like virtual machines, like software-defined networking, running on software rather than big custom hardware components. That's what we do, and we build infrastructure for that.
So it's your contention that a company like a Yahoo that was born during the time of Sun Microsystems, where we had these really big iron servers that were expensive and cost millions of dollars, they were at a competitive disadvantage to a company like Google that built their company on scores of inexpensive servers that they considered to be disposable and that would crash all the time, and subsequently they built a software architecture around that. And so that change between, let's say, the infrastructure of a Yahoo and the infrastructure of a Google is now the change that you're seeing, where the companies that are using big iron infrastructure from companies like, let's say, an Ericsson or an Alcatel-Lucent will eventually go to a new kind of infrastructure, like a Google-like infrastructure that you called it, with potentially less mission-critical hardware, but redundant in such great numbers that a failure in a single area or node will be inconsequential to the overall service delivery.
Correct.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Absolutely. Think about it this way. Today, when a carrier purchases equipment from Ericsson, as you gave as an example, they operate that equipment at 20% utilization on a good day, because they have to have 50% utilization for redundancy, and then you need to assume that not every day is Mother's Day or Christmas Day.
Right.
So you operate equipment at very low utilization in general in the telco business.
So subsequently you pay for a lot of equipment you don't use. So
there's
a lot of just overcapacity.
That's right, but that's not how data centers operate, right? In data center, you spend more virtual machines on standard Linux servers.
Right.
This is how I see the telco network operating. I see it operating at 80% utilization rather than 20% utilization.
Part of that is because we've moved now to an IP realm, right, where we don't have as much traditional digital switching that happens to not be IP, right? Just all of the ancient telephony protocols that we used to have to deal with in the old big legacy switches that dealt with POTS and all of that, right?
IP is certainly an important step, but it's not enough. Today, if you look at the carrier network, they're buying big iron boxes, they connect them with IP, but they don't build a network. They build a chain of boxes connected via IP. On the other hand, Google is building a true cloud.
Right.
They're building a network.
Right.
I see the carriers moving in that direction. I see them networking virtual machines And when you and I are connected, the network, the software-defined network is going to select a virtual machine for us to be served on, rather than predefined set of boxes that our traffic is going to go through.
Now, does your company currently have customers providing this kind of service, or are you in trials? How are you there?
So we're running commercial traffic in one of the tier 1 US carriers. I can't name that carrier, but you can check our investors and might get a clue from that.
Great. So what's next for the company? What else should we know about?
You know, like every venture-funded company, we want to be the next Facebook, but we're not in the consumer space. We're in the infrastructure space, and I think we'll make significant headways by altering the way carriers are thinking about building networks, and that's our next step in the evolution.
Great. Thanks for being here again.
You bet.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.